Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea. Dear listeners, now we have the English language service of Voice of Korea from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Now here's Mixed Cars, Song of General Kim Il-sung. Now here's mail calls, Song of General Kim Jong-il.
You're listening to VOK, Voice of Korea, News Now. The respected Kim Jong-un, General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea and President of the State Affairs of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, enjoyed the performance at the Mansfield Art Theater on February the 1st on the occasion of the Lunar New Year's Day. Amid the playing of the welcome music, he came out to the auditorium of the theater together with his wife, Ri Sol-tzu. Kim Jong-un warmly congratulated the audience and artists on the Lunar New Year's Day. Appreciating the performance were Chae Ryong-hae, Go Young-won, Kim Do-kun, and Park Jong-chun, members of the Presidium of the Political Bureau of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea and secretaries of the party Central Committee. The performance was given by dignified major art organizations and put on the stage were monumental masterpieces of the times praising the great party and the great motherland, and various items full of national presence. The performance started with the solemn playing of the national anthem of the DPRK and the prelude, Snowfalls on New Year's Day. The performance sang of the boundless trust in the party's Central Committee that has ushered in an era of self-respect and prosperity unprecedented in the 5,000-year-long history of the nation, and is constantly bringing earlier a bright future of Kim Il-sung's and Kim Jong-il's career. The serial folk songs gave a zest to the Lunar New Year's Day, and the famous songs of patriotism were sung as an echo of the glorious cause which has built a people's country, the only one in the world under the leadership of the Workers' Party of Korea. Put on the stage, heated with excitement were songs of people with a single heart and ever victorious Workers' Party of Korea, which is unfolding a great program for victory in the revolution and demonstrating the dignity and might of a powerful country all over the world, increasing the atmosphere of the performance. The performers displayed the vigor and spirit of advance of the era of our state's first principle, the great Kim Jong-un era, making a constant leap forward and progress. It ended with the finale, first on New Year's Day. When the performance was over, Kim Jong-un mounted the stage together with his wife Lee Sol-soo and, shaking hands with each of the performers, congratulated them on their successful performance and had a photo session with them. Working people, service personnel of the People's Army, and school youth and children laid floral baskets and bouquets before the bronze statues of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on the occasion of the Lunar New Year's Day in 111 or 2022. Floral baskets and bouquets were laid before the bronze statues of the great leaders on Mansu Hill in the name of the party, government, and armed forces organs, public organizations, ministries, national agencies, units of the Korean People's Army and the public security forces, and different echelons of institutions, industrial establishments, and universities in Pyongyang City. The visitors paid their tribute to the bronze statues of the great leaders. Floral baskets were laid before the bronze statues and smiling portraits of the great leaders in different places of the capital city, including Kim Il-sung University and the Ministry of National Defense, in the name of institutions, enterprises, and units of the Korean People's Army and the public security forces. Working people, service personnel of the People's Army, and school youth and children in provinces also visited the bronze statues and smiling portraits of the great leaders in their localities and paid a noble tribute to them. A conspicuous writing contest was held at the Medium Writing Club in Pyongyang on February the 1st on the occasion of the Lunar New Year's Day in 2022. Senior officials of the party and the government watched the contest together with working people, youth and students in Pyongyang City. An opening speech was made by Minister of Physical Culture and Sports Kim Il-gu. With a hymn heralding the opening of the contest sounded, pretty children in national costumes appeared along with ponies to offer the Lunar New Year's greetings. An opening ceremony was followed by the riding contest. Fast galloping race was held in the outdoor horse race course, divided into groups of professionals and amateurs. In the indoor horse race course, there were steeplechases of amateurs and ponies, and a trotting race without stirrups for amateurs. Whenever the ranking of every event was announced, the spectators extended congratulations to the winners. A galloping race of ponies started to decorate the finish of the riding contest. After the contest, cups, medals, diplomas, and prizes were awarded to the first three finishers. An open-air performance was given by artists of the Mansde Art Troupe, the Wangzesan Art Troupe, and the National Folk Art Troupe, increasing the festive mood. Multicolored fireworks were set off in the sky over the medium area, decorating the night of the Lunar New Year's Day beautifully. The people in the DPRK significantly celebrated the Lunar New Year's Day in 111 or 2022. An endless stream of people visited the Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, the supreme temple of Tsuce, with their boundless best wishes to the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. In the park of the plaza, they looked back with deep emotion upon the sacred revolutionary life and immortal exploits of the great leaders. Colorful performances were given at the theaters in the capital city and provinces. The Ongyu and Chongyu restaurants in Pyongyang, the Kaesong Noodle House, and other public catering establishments across the country entertained the customers with their kind services. A large amount of snow fell in different regions, with the area south of the middle of the west coast in the main, from the evening of January the 31st to the morning of February the 1st. The snow everywhere in Pyongyang City beautifully decorated the streets and villages on the Lunar New Year's Day. Spectacular is the scene of the bank of the Taedong River in snow. And what evokes the deep emotion is the snow on the historic relics and scenic spots, telling the wisdom and talents of the Korean people. The beautiful snow scene on the Lunar New Year's Day gave the people the confidence in and hope for the future of Korea to be better. Members of foreign diplomatic and military attaché corps in the DPRK enjoyed an acrobatic performance at the Pyongyang Circus Theater on February the 1st on the occasion of the Lunar New Year's Day in Tsuche 111 or 2022. Put on the stage were colorful items, including physical, comic, and animal feats. The performance was loudly applauded by the audience. And that's the end of the news, read by Ta Yun-kyung in Pyongyang. Here is a female quintet. We like your embrace best.
Now here's electric violin solo, Destination. Now you'll appreciate the song, People's Best Wishes. To provide the people with the happiest life, he works every night without relieving his pent-up fatigue. The day breaks. Are you working this night too? Marshal Kim Jong-un, even the leaves outside stopped rustling.
We now bring you light music for piano. Best wishes. Basic tasks to be carried out in 2022. At the first plenary meeting of the 8th Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, the respected Kim Jong-un pointed out the main direction of the party and state affairs in 2022 and clarified the principal issues and policy of struggle for the new development of socialist construction. The basic tasks facing the party and the people this year are to provide a firm guarantee for carrying out the 5-year plan and make remarkable changes in the national development and the people's living, and thus write a glorious page in the history of the country. The 8th Congress of the Workers' Party of Korea presented a 5-year plan for national economic development between 2021 and 2025. The economic strategy of the Workers' Party of Korea at the present stage is the one for readjustment and reinforcement. It is aimed at restoring and readjusting the economic work system and the organic relations among sectors and promoting the work to cement a self-supporting foundation and thus putting the economy on a normal track to run smoothly without being affected by any external influence. The general orientation of the 5-year plan for national economic development is to lay a solid foundation for re-energizing the overall national economy and improving the people's standard of living by concentrating efforts on the main links in the whole chain of the economic development. The major tasks of the plan aimed at forecasting investment with the metallurgical and chemical industries as key links of the economic development, so as to normalize production in all sectors of the national economy, consolidate the material and technical foundations of the agricultural field, and supply enough raw and other materials to light industry for increased production of consumer goods. The plan was worked out with a view to advancing towards sustained economic growth and remarkable improvement of the people's standard of living on the basis of the present situation and potentiality of the national economy. This year is the second year of implementing the 5-year plan for national economic development. It was mentioned at the plenary meeting that the economic sector, the main front of socialist construction, should concentrate all its efforts on putting the country's economy on the growth orbit and providing the stabilized and improved living for people by re-energizing the production and pushing ahead with the adjustments and improvement in 2022.
That was an article under the title, Basic Tasks to be Carried Out in 2022. This is Voice of Korea. Now here's female solo and Chang, Oh Party, My Mother. Now his female chorus will be forever party flag. Now we present the Song of Magnolia from the revolutionary opera Song of Mount Kumgang, created in 1962 or 1973 under the wise guidance of the great leader Kim Jong-il. Dear listeners, with this we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Europe between 15 and 16 hours UTC, between 18 and 19 hours UTC, between 21 and 22 hours UTC, and between 13 and 14 hours UTC, on 7,570 kilohertz and 12,015 kilohertz. From North America, between 15 and 16 hours UTC, and between 13 and 14 hours UTC, on 9,435 kilohertz and 11,710 kilohertz. And from Northeast Asia, between 4 and 5 hours UTC, and between 6 and 7 hours UTC, on 7,220 kilohertz, 9,445 kilohertz, and 9,730 kilohertz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.